Motorsports calendar coming up next weekend at the Jewel in the Desert Phoenix International Raceway. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series action on Speed Friday at 7:30 Eastern Time. Then our coverage of the NASCAR Nationwide Series presented by Craftsman on ESPN2 Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern. And then the next to the last race in the chase, NASCAR Sprint Cup competition Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on ABC. Carl Edwards, after that cycle of pit stops, a 7.6 second lead over David Rudiman. And moving in on the 24 car of Jeff Gordon, who right now is the final car in 18th spot on the lead lap.
Well, Jeff started from the pole today and had high hopes that this might be a good day for that race team, but he looks in his mirror, he's going to see the leader right there. Carl Edwards passing Paul Menard, and Jeff will be the next car that could fall victim and go a lap down. Carl Edwards just setting a torrid pace around here.
48 car Jimmy Johnson back in 21st position. Now he came into the day with a 183-point lead, and here's the progression and how it's changed, disintegrated, and now moved back a little bit here on lap 200.
Jimmy's kind of stabilized in 21st spot. They made those green flag stops. He seems to be pretty good on new tires, but as the run progresses, it looks like he's losing some of that time.
The 16 car of Greg Biffle was running in second position.
Yeah, Greg had a problem as we started making these green flag pit stops. First issue, he gets ready to come to pit road. You see him down here in the bottom of your screen. He's going to try to get to pit road, but he's going a little too fast. Can't get inside the commitment cone. So he has to go all the way around. He's already lost a lot of speed. Now when he comes in, Andy.
And now when they get here, they make a pretty decent right side stop. But coming around, you see the tire changer and carrier get tangled up coming around the back of the car, and that cost him some more time. So that cost him spots and time on the racetrack.
He is now being shown almost 12 seconds behind the leader, his teammate Carl Edwards.
That video of that pit stop won't be one they'll use in training new guys, will it?
No, that's not how it's done.
So it is Carl Edwards, our leader, David Rudiman in second spot. Jamie McMurray has hung in the top 5 all day long. In the 18 car, there is Kyle Busch being shown in 4th position.
As long as he's in the top 5, you've got to worry about him, buddy. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Jamie?
He's certainly on the move, just quietly. This car's been great all day, very minimal adjustments. I talked to Steve Addington, his crew chief, this morning, and he said, boy, looking back on this season, it has been quite a ride. It's been so smooth. Then the chase started, and bam, we got smacked. They've had a tough chase, but they said, hey, we're just going for wins. We're not going to worry about points. We'd love to go to New York because only the top 10 teams get to do that. He said as long as we win, everything else will fall into place, and their plan today was just to work their way through the field, get in the top 5, and be there at the end, and they're doing exactly what they set out to do, guys.
Jamie, remember, he dominated the NASCAR Nationwide Series race here yesterday, leading 5 times for 174 laps to tie the all-time record for single season wins that have been set by the legendary Sam Ard back in 1983. And, of course, no one in the history of this racetrack has ever swept both Saturday and Sunday in a NASCAR Nationwide Series and Sprint Cup race on the same weekend.
It can certainly happen here today. As you see, he's made a nice run. He made a nice pit stop. See that car really go through the center, getting back to the throttle. He's moved up on the bumper. Jamie McMurray trying to take that 3rd spot away.
I've been wondering which one of these cars that's running on the lead lap is going to rise up when this racetrack cools down. I thought it might be Matt Kenseth, but it hasn't happened with him yet. It might be Kyle Busch.
He's a great candidate because we know exactly what he can do here. And the truck race Friday night, he ran great. Obviously just dominated things yesterday, leading over 170 laps of that race. Jamie Murray's having a really, really good day. Good, solid day once again. Dave?
Dale, he didn't like the changes they made, though. And that could be the track, too. These guys are fighting the way this track changes throughout the day to try to make the car perfect at the end. Jamie said really loose in and not turning very well at the beginning of the run, right after they took on those 4 tires. He said now it's kind of tight loose, and I don't really like it.
Yeah, that's the worst condition that you can have is when the car is doing two different things, not only in trying to drive it, but trying to fix it too.
Yeah, right. It's hard to fix both things because you just one way for tight, the other way for loose. When it's tight loose, I'm not sure which screw to turn.
Now that's Larry Carter. Now Larry Carter was the former crew chief for Rusty Wallace. In Rusty's final year before he retired, Rusty, you were very, very good on mile-and-a-half tracks, and I know you thought a lot of what Larry would do with the setups on these tracks.
Yeah, I really did, Jerry. He's just a fantastic crew chief. Larry Carter helped win me some races. He was a great team leader, and he still is. And so I'm very surprised to hear that he's not going to be the crew chief in this car next year, but he's still going to be with the organization in a different role. But Larry's a smart guy, and he knows what's going on. And I really like the momentum this team's got. They're getting better and better and better every single week.
I just can't understand, as good as this team has gotten together, and as well as Larry and Jamie McMurray are just seeing this chemistry start to really work there in the top 5, top 6 now almost every week, why you would make a change.
Well, we don't know what Jack Roush has got in mind, and he's made some good moves before. He might have a good one in store for Jamie McMurray.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, I think we've all questioned things that Jack Roush has done from time to time in moving people around in that organization, but I'd have to say that better than 75% of the time, he's absolutely made the right move, and we'll see exactly what happens, but they sure have run well here recently.
And Jack Roush has a lot of wisdom and a lot of vision. In fact, when he looks at his drivers, there's one guy in particular he thinks has a very bright future.
Probably the biggest thing is the fact that he's earned the respect of the other competitors, and you know, UPS coming on board with a sponsor is a great vote of confidence for what his future is going to be. David Reagan is going to be as good in this business as anybody in the modern era has been.
That is very high praise for a driver.
Yeah, very high praise, and I think David's going to live up to that, and glad to see that he's going to have a sponsor like UPS. I think that'll be a great relationship between them.
Reagan in the 6 car running in 8th position. Behind him is the 17 car of Kenseth. Here's a couple of very good friends off the racetrack. Martin the car, 30 of Jeff Burton, they 13 and 14.
I think Jeff Burton's running a little faster lap times than Mark is right now.
If you just joined our coverage, we've had 10 lead changes among 7 drivers. Carl Edwards has now led the most laps today, 3 times for 161 laps. And Kenseth, he's the guy you said was going to be coming on in this truck, got a little more grip.
He's busy in that car, though. Look how much he's steering the thing, coming off the corner real loose. But it's going the right direction, going forward.
And Jimmy Johnson, our points leader, again, folks, is back in 21st position. The differential down to less than 90 points. Back after this message and a word from our ABC station.